By the end of part 2, your chainsaw should look like this. You should have the recoil coil with the flywheel and ignition coil installed, a working brake assembly, the oil pump, the chain adjuster, and I've stuck the side cover on, and this AV buffer. Welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. I'm Roger. This is part 2 of my steel MS460 assembly video. Welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. I'm Roger. This is part 2 of my Farmer Tech Steel MS460 assembly video. I'm going to start this video out by installing the flywheel. In part 1, put the crankshaft in the crankcase, piston and cylinder on, and muffler on, compression release, and spark plug. Go ahead and pop the key in the crankshaft. Slide the flywheel down on, put the washer on, put the nut on, next thing I'm going to install is the chain adjuster. Everything goes here, put that gear on. Okay, there is the chain adjuster all installed. I'm ready for the oil pump O-ring. It goes right there in the crankcase. Now we are ready to install the brake parts. Okay, I already installed this with the spring. Install that. Put the short side up. The brake band can go in. Don't forget the pin. And they always don't include this screw. Alright, I have the pin in. Slip the brake band into place. Now that I have the brake pawl fished down in, I'm going to put the brake handle on and then slip it in Okay, now I can put the E-clip on here. The E-clip on this brake pawl. Okay, now all of the E-clips are on. This spring, need to put the rubber on it. There is the completed brake assembly. Do need to fish this brake band. Well, the brake is locked actually, that's why it's drawn down. Now I'm ready for the covers. It's pretty self-explanatory. So there's both covers popped on. There's hardware. Let's see, there's 6 of those small screws. We only need 3 for the brake covers. This snap ring goes down on the crankshaft at the oil seal. Okay, there's the brake covers on. We can put the worm gear in for the oil pump. So you have the brake release now. The brake band is up in there good. I put the spacer on. The clutch can go on counterclockwise. It will tighten itself. Clutch drum. It locked into the oil pump there. I need to get the clutch drum bearing, which is right here. I'll put some grease on that before it's installed. I'm going to put the bar studs in now. I'm going to use a little red thread locker on them before installing them. Jam the nuts together, just hold the bottom one and tighten the top one, and now I can tighten the studs. Do that to both studs and they will be installed. So I'm not seeing the screw for the inside side plate. It's a straight headed screw. Don't have a clue where it is. I'm going to go ahead and just put the side cover on the saw and loosely tighten the nuts. I installed this E-clip with a large pair of needle nose pliers. I already put them back in the toolbox. When you order this saw, if you want, you can order a clutch drum so you can change out the sprocket. This is fine for me for right now. There's a pack of 3 of these screws. We need 2 of those to install the ignition coil. So there's a bag with the shorter and longer screw and a nut. We're going to use that to install the bucking spike. The longer one goes up top with the nut, obviously, and the shorter one goes at the bottom. The bucking spike is installed. The longer bolt went in the bottom, the shorter bolt went in the top, along with the nut. Now I'm ready to put the recoil on. There's this pack of 4 fasteners, and you also need this rubber grommet to go up inside the brake handle. Obviously the longer bolt goes through the brake handle. I'm going to use 2 of these short, small, probably M4 bolts to install this AV bushing on the crankcase assembly. Need to install the sleeve into the rubber bushing for the brake.